So here's a debate that I believe is worthy. What is our role in faith? And what I mean by that is, are we to, as some believe, have a blind faith, trusting God in everything, not doing anything on our own, but believing that the Lord will work everything out, and as a result, we don't need to do anything? Or do we not have a blind faith? Do we have the power to do things on our own, to save ourselves? Do we have that power? Critics would say we don't have that power. That power belongs to God. And when we think we have power like that, then we're heretics. While on the other side, critics of a blind faith say, what are we even doing here? Why be alive at all if we're not here to do the works of God? And somehow we just sit back in some sort of impotent faith and wait on God to put that love in us. Well, let me give you an illustration. Imagine a father outside with his two children as they ride their bikes, a bicycle with training wheels. Maybe they're just learning how to ride a bike with training wheels. And they both, as many of us do, ride up on the side of a curb. The training wheels are touching what the wheel of the bicycle is lifted off the ground. So as the children pedal, the bike doesn't move. They are both essentially spinning their wheels. Well, the first child quickly hops off and goes and does something else. The other child keeps spinning those wheels, pedaling ferociously, thinking that somehow because before, when they pedaled, the bike would move, that the bike will eventually move if they continue to pedal. So what does the father do? Before attending to that first child, will he not go over to the one spinning its wheels and give it a push? That's really like this. The answer What approach do we take? Is that we don't take either, but that we do take both. And what I mean by that is that we spin our wheels. We don't have any power to do anything. Not down to the least little bit. And I'm not talking about power in big things of our life. We don't have power, period. We're nothing but vessels for receiving that power. We haven't a bit of power. We can't do anything on our own. We don't have autonomy. We have the ability to believe we have autonomy. That we're moving and thinking and doing. We don't have any autonomy. We don't have the power of God. What you're thinking, even innocently, is that you do, that somehow you are autonomous. You're not. You're only a vessel for receiving that. Don't you claim the power of God. That's God. Well, then I don't have to do anything. Then I'll just sit back and let God do God. Since I'm not doing anything. And that's fine. But where did the Father go first? The Father goes to which child? The child that's spinning the wheels. The one that is acting in favor of God, acting towards God. The one that is moving. Are they really moving? Are they really thinking? No, they're not autonomous at all, but they think they are. So the one that uses their apparent autonomy, their free will, to do the will of God, to do the good, to spin their wheels. No, we don't sit back in blind faith. We have to do the works. We do the will of God. When you see your neighbor hungry, you don't say, I'll pray for you. If you have food, you give them the food. You get out and you do the work. Are you really doing it? No. But you use your free will, you use your apparent autonomy to do what you would do if you had real autonomy. We don't do anything at all. We have no power. That is God. We are only a vessel that can receive. So what do you receive? You receive that which you spin your wheels towards. So are you in favor of God, or are you in favor of yourself? Are you looking out for everyone? Or are you looking out for you? When it's just you, or when you think it's just you, where does your mind go? If the reins were loosed, would you jump headfirst into hell? Or do you act out of love, not for your sake, but for the sake of love itself? Do you hop off the bike, or do you spin your wheels and wait for your Father to come give you a push? You can't do anything on your own. You never have, you never will. All you can do is think that you can, and then make a choice to work in the way that you would work if you had the ability that you assume you have now. So spin your wheels towards the good. Do the work. Don't sit back and think that God is going to do the work for you. Even though He is, He's only going to do it when you spin your wheels towards Him as if you could. You can't sit back. Nor should you think that it's really your power. You have no power. None. Don't you claim the power of God for yourself. Spin your wheels.